What would make that more...
Cost efficient.
Yes, thank you. Cost efficient. Perfect.
I have pet insurance
Okay.
for all my animals, all 7 of them. I
Do
used to have.
you?
Oh yeah, when I had big dogs, I was paying $1,100 a month
Oh, wow.
for 9
Who do you
dogs.
use?
Back then I had,
Okay.
but now
It's a good
I
one.
have. I still like,
Okay.
but I did not like their yearly increase one year because I think Mr. Tank like went like 80%. I was like, what the heck? But
What do you mean? Like you're paying 80 or
well,
no?
every ant they give you a flat rate that when you enroll, it's how old your dog is, what breed your dog is, and statistically in your area, like the rate that they spend on that kind of breed around like demographically whatever your breed is, right, annually. And then every year they do this whole survey again, supposedly according to them, and it could stay the same, it could increase according to whatever the survey goes. So one year Mr. Tank went up 80%. And I was like, I'm not paying $300 extra a month. I already pay $90.
Wow, that's a lot.
I was like, well, I'm not paying $390 for a mixed breed, a large mixed breed. He
Yeah.
wasn't like a full breed. He was a pit bull Rottweiler. I was like,
Yeah.
he's not a pit bull. He's not a Rottweiler. He's a large mixed breed. Right. So I was like, I'm not doing this. And then it wasn't just him. Like I said, there's 9 dogs, $1,100 a month for 9 dogs, and I paid it for like 4 years. Like it would just increase a little bit here and there.
Yep.
But one year it jumped real high with. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna factor it in. And then I was like, well, he already had 2 ACL done, and all the other stuff. So I like chose and select what dog I wanted to keep on insurance because that to me was like it might not be. I'm not paying $400 a month for a dog to have insurance times 12. That's almost $4,800 a
Wow,
year.
yeah.
And then what if I don't use it, right? And then
Right.
that I still have to hit my deductible. I still have in most dog insurance, the good ones that don't have a max, they don't pay for dental, spay and neuter, vaccine, doctor
Right.
visit, biohazard, consultation fee, whatever the listing goes on and on. So I pick and choose, and then introduced to, I was introduced to them in a horrible way, because when I got insurance originally for my dog through my number one concern for German Shepherd was hip
Hip
dysplasia.
dysplasia for sure.
It's on
Because
my
they're
call.
predisposed to
They
it.
all
Yeah.
record your call. Same things like, oh, okay, covered dysplasia. That she said, yeah. Well, my dog Rocky ended up having degeneration myopathy, and she told me it wouldn't cover his degeneration myopathy because it's a hip related thing. And I said, no, I specifically asked you. So I said, request a call back. And one thing about me is I never back down. If I feel like I'm right, I'm gonna have you trace. I don't care if it's
Especially
5 years
when it
ago.
comes to our doggos,
Yeah,
right?
5 years
There's no
ago,
backing
you're gonna
down.
look. I said you record the calls. Go 5 years into my enrollment date. I bet you anything for his enrollment date. I asked you about hip dysplasia, and you told me it was included. So she said, "Oh, we got the call," but I said, "There's no but. It's either you cover dysplasia, or we're gonna no longer be with
Right.
you."
Because you said you would, right?
Yeah,
So
I
then,
said that was my main concern,
Right.
and nowhere in there your customer service said, "Oh, you need to add a rider insurance on top of it to cover dysplasia." Nowhere that conversation had ever came up. So she's like, "Yeah, but," and at the but, I said, "Okay, then cancel the whole." Everyone went on.
Okay. Well, we're going to have you back for the insurance episode for sure. I mean,
And
oh
ways to
my
go around
God.
dog insurers.
Seriously, because it is so expensive. And now, I mean, if they opened up another bottle of this, we could just sit here and talk for another like
You might
2
record
hours.
your
for
second
sure.
podcast.
We could just roll right into the insurance. We need a clothing change. I've got plenty of clothes.
I'm cool.
We're just going to roll right into the next episode. But yeah, so we're definitely going to touch on that. And I think we will have you come back if you'd like to.
Sure, why
Because
not?
insurance is such a big deal. I actually saw the other day on the news, I was telling you, Yuki, they had a whole episode. It was like one of our local news channels, like on insurance for dogs, which is such an issue because you go to the vet and like my friend, when she took her dog to the vet yesterday because she wasn't
Did you have
eating
insurance?
and diarrhea, it was a $3,000. The
Vet
bill was
is
$3,000, and I mean they can, without. But she opted to. She's going to have her dog seen by the regular vet tomorrow because you know, the dog's vitals were good and all that. Obviously,
Oh, this was at the emergency.
yeah, and if
Okay.
it had been in an emergency, she would have, you know, paid the bill. But you think the average person, which, you know, we are average people, but people that, you know, it's expensive.
I'm
And
an average person, but I work for the dogs and
that's
cats.
right. Well, me too. I just pay the freaking bills.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
these
all the
dogs,
money
I'm
goes
like,
to.
they're just like, you know, hanging out, getting pets, getting love. So
Yeah.
yeah, we'll definitely cover that again because it's super important. And I always tell my clients, especially when you get a puppy, like make sure you get insurance because there's no pre-existing conditions.
But there's ways around going pre-existing condition too.
Okay, well, you're definitely going to be our guest on that.
There's definitely ways around it going it because I got Rocky covered through
Yeah,
his
'cause it's
pre-existing condition. I was like, just you didn't go to that vet. That vet didn't see you.
Yeah.
That's not a pre-existing condition anymore. Let's go to another vet.
That's right. And just, ooh, we discovered this right now. Yeah. I mean, my dog that had cancer, although he was Buttercup's brother and he was older, 13, so I wouldn't have put him through like
Yeah,
getting
with
chemo,
older dogs,
radiation.
it's hard to get. It's
Well,
hard to
that's
get
the
insurance
thing.
too.
But I had at one point I had 10 dogs and I had insurance for every single one of them. But it was, and I think I used the insurance.
Was there a max on yours? Because
I paid 80%.
No, max like annually.
I can't remember.
Because like every like dog like I probably foster over 100 animals.
Me too. I've had like 150 come through my other house that I lived in.
Because you're insane.
Yeah,
But
I am insane.
everybody, you know how
But in a
Works
good way.
offers dog insurance and cat insurance? So they will send it to me. There's a max annually, like 5 to 10,000. Which is nothing.
I don't think I don't know if I had a max, but I mean I was paying for it. And then one time I took actually I'm looking for her. She's in heaven. My Blossom. I took her to the vet once. She had something going on and they gave me the most difficult time to get reimbursed. They were like, oh, and she was a dog from a rescue that I'd had forever. And I was like, I don't have all of her medical information from her. I mean, she was found in a park. And it was like I'd only utilized that insurance.
But
I
the
think, 3
insurance should
times.
only cover when you do your enrollment date. They ask you when you adopted the pet.
Yeah.
So whenever the date that you gave them, you adopt the pet. You need a within that first year a medical like a vet record saying that they seen the dog is healthy, and after that only it's only dated back to the 1
I had
year.
that, but they gave me such a hard time, and that's when I was like, you know what?
That's why I said there's shitty health insurance
Yeah.
for dogs too, because like all the ones that comes with your work and stuff, max is 5,000 to 5,010, and I was like,
For a
okay.
year?
Yeah, per year, and then they're like, oh, we cover dental, we cover vaccinate. Yeah, but you don't like an MRI is $6,000.
Oh yeah.
What is that gonna? It's not gonna cover your MRI.
They
And
don't
that's
need
just
another
the-
board of teleshot. They
Yeah,
need,
exactly. I was like, no, that doesn't work.
okay. All right. So just to wrap up, we went down the rabbit hole of insurance, but I'm so glad we did because we're going to talk about that at a